What's up, guys? It's Nellic here with Nellic Mobile Gaming. We're back with another video for Lord of the Rings, Heroes of Middle-earth. We're going to be looking at another top 10 video. So today, we're looking at the top 10 healers in the game right now. Let's get into it. Okay, top 10 healers in the game right now. So once again, for our data, we're using LOTR.gg. Great website, check it out. We're also using my spreadsheet. I kind of explained a little bit of it in my last video. Check that video out if you haven't seen it. Like I said, this spreadsheet we're going to be giving out for free at the end of this top 10 series. We got a ton of great videos coming for you. Make sure you subscribe, keep following. And eventually, I'm going to release this, like I said, for everyone to have. So, without further ado, let's get into it at number 10. Ha! You just got pranked. There is no number 10. We're starting with number 9 because there's only 9 healers in the game right now. Duh. So anyway, you know, clickbait, whatever. Sorry, let's get into number 9. Okay, at number 9, we've got Dunhar. Dunhar, barely even know her. So Dunhar is very deserving of the lowest character on our list, and for a few reasons, but mainly that he only heals single allies. Every other healer on this list heals the whole team, and so definitely not a huge fan of healers that only heal single allies. If you take a single ally heal over the entire, list of healers, it is the highest single ally heal. You're looking at max stats, and by the way, everything we're talking about here is at max stats. That's level 60, gear tier 8. So Dunhar is going to heal a single ally for 5,808 health, which is, if you take the average health of each character, that is roughly 27% of their health. And that's going to be, as you can see here, every 3 turns. So that's pretty good, but it's not going to get him anywhere higher on this list. So we'll take a look at his stats real quick. Dunhar, he's got good health, especially with the Isengard bonus. Speed is average. Yeah, as you can see, our average healer is going to be putting out 5,424 health per turn. That's again an average over 10 turns. And as you can see, he's only putting out 1,743. So he's way below average, and that's mainly because of the single target heal. Alright, at number 8, we've got Man Bun himself, Ealdred. This guy's terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I would rather Dunhar be higher, but as far as healers goes, he does heal better than Dunhar. But I really don't like this guy. So basically, his kit is built solely for healing. But he's really just mediocre at that. He's not bringing anything else to the team. And he's pretty squishy, and so for that reason, he's number 8. I mean, there's really not much more to say. So we can take a look at his stats real quick. You can see his health is below average for a healer, so that's not good. Bad armor, below average speed, and damage non-existent. And other than that, he is bringing nothing else to the table besides his healing, which is a little bit below average. Okay, number 7. Once again, Pippin Took is making our top 10 list. Spoiler alert, he was in the last list, which was the top 10 support characters. Go check out that video if you're interested in that. He is a support character labeled, but I'm putting him in this healer list because he does have a pretty good heal. And yeah, so he is a good, he does have a pretty good kit. It's kind of a support character healing hybrid. His healing is a little bit below average, and so that's what's keeping him down on this list. And he is pretty squishy, although he is fast. So you can see here, this is his healing ability. Old Maggot's Mushroom. It's a pretty good full squad heal. You can see it starts on a 1-turn cooldown, and it's every 4 turns. So that's keeping him back from his average total team health. We will take a look at his stats. So you can see very squishy, but he is fast. Not much damage, and then his healing, 39.58 per turn, a decent bit below average for healers. He is, like I said, bringing a lot buff-wise to the table. So check out the support character top 10 list. But he's going to stay right now at number 7. Okay, number 6, we've got Uzan. Uzan. I don't speak Orc, but I would imagine it's Uzan. Uzhan. It might be Uzhan. We don't know. Don't judge. We'll go with Uzan. Uzan is a great healer for the Mortar team. He's not as plug and play everywhere else, but he is great for that team. Here's his healing ability. That is his special 2. Heal all allies for 700 health, plus 18% of this character's max health, and grant all squad members concentration for 2 turns. The Mordor team is real big on turn meter from damaging characters that have Banes on them. And so this concentration is going to help them stack those Banes to where each character is gaining turn meter every time they hit a character. So that's clutch for the Mortar team. And the health, it's a pretty good heal. It's another group heal. He also has this built-in support when an ally drops below 30% health, 15% chance per enemy with Bane. So there's that Bane synergy. To grant 1 stack of Unbreakable. If that squad member does not already have Unbreakable. So Unbreakable, that's going to keep them from getting that last hit of damage. So it'll keep them alive for 1 more turn. And that's about it. We'll take a look at his stats. He's got pretty good health. Everything else is pretty average. And you can check out his team healing per turn. A little bit below average. So like I said, it really fits in well with that Mortar team. He's throwing a lot of buffs around. So that's it for Uzan. Alright guys, halfway through, we're at number 5. And at number 5, we have Naramiri. And Naramiri, she is an elf. She is a healer. And she is a pretty awesome healer, especially for elves. And I see that Tana has updated his tier list to where Naramiri is a B now. I think it was a lot lower on that list, and I think that's pretty fair. I think she definitely deserved to be up here in that B tier, and I'll show you why. Her kit, kind of like Eldred for Rohan, is specifically focused on healing, but she just does a better job of it than Eldred does for Rohan. So here's her healing, which is every 4 turns, but you can use it right off the bat. It's heal all squad members for 1,000 health and 18% of this character's max health. And you're also granting 1 stamina to 1 random elf ally and 1 additional random ally. You can use your turns a lot faster, especially for elves. So then her special 1 is also cleansing 2 Banes from the squad member with the most Banes and grant protection for 1 turn and 1 stack of counterattack. One thing I really like about Naramiri is that she kind of hides. So on turn, 35% chance to gain stealth for 1 turn. This character is below 50% health, chance is doubled. This character already has stealth, instead gain 1 stack of nimble. So yeah, she's really staying alive. Anyway, she is a squishier character than others, and so this passive ability really helps her out. and it keeps her alive longer to put some more heals out. But we'll check out her stats here. She's on par with, lower health. She does have a good speed though. And her team healing per turn is pretty awesome. And basically, she does a lot more for your characters, especially elves. She's also buffing your team. And for that reason, she is number 5. All right, at number 4, we've got Feely. Feely has got strong, he's a dwarf. He's got strong synergy with Keely, and right now there's not many dwarves in the game, and so he's really not going to be super useful, but he is overall a really good healer, and I think he's going to be very useful once Balin's in the game, Gimli, there's some more dwarf synergy going along. But he really has great synergy with Keely. So he does have the highest group heal in the game, and that's the Fiddle Me This Special 2 ability. You can see it's 800 health plus 16% of this character's max health. Keely is an ally, which I have no idea why you would run Feely without Keely, because they really buff each other well. 800% health and 21% of this character's max health. And you're granting Fortitude to all dwarf squad members. And so this massive group heal, each character is gaining about 4,620 health, which is about 21% of your average max health that a character would have. That's pretty good. You're getting a quarter of your health back each time you use this ability. I will say it does have a drawback. It starts on cooldown 1, and it is every 5 turns, as you can see. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but to help that, we have his basic, which is attack the target enemy for 180% damage and heal the most wounded squad member for 10% of this character's max health. And that is pretty awesome. So every basic, he's going to be doing that. And every counterattack or assist, he's going to be doing that as well. A little bit lower damage, but same amount of heal. And so when you're pairing him with Keely, every time Keely does a basic, he calls Feely to assist. And we'll take a look at his stats. He's got average health for a healer. A little bit slow. But his team healing per turn is, like I said, very good. It's above average. He really pairs well with Keely. And for that reason, he is number 4. Alright, top 3. And number 3, we've got maybe my personal favorite in the game. Nothing to do with his abilities or stats or anything, but check this guy out. We got Chef Kraska whipping in the kitchen with the wrist. Whipping in the kitchen with the wrist.
Going home with Josh.
We got the chef. We got the chef.
We got
Whipping in the kitchen with the wrist. We got the chef. We got the chef.
Whipping in the kitchen. We got the chef
with the wrist.
We got the chef himself. Look at him. Dude's got his hat on, his beanie. He's ready. He's in the kitchen. Dude, somebody get this guy a new knife. It's chipped up. We can't have our chef cooking with chipped up knives. So Chef Kraska is a healing machine, and that is all that he is. So basically, you're gonna use him. You're gonna want to use him only with goblins, but this heal has a massive 2,000 health and 14% of this character's max health. You're also granting protection to 3 random goblin squad members, and then you also have a 50% chance to grant protection to 2 random non-goblin shadow allies. So the big thing about this is that he can use it right away, and it's every 3 turns. So this thing is going to be popping off. It's a big group heal, and it's going to be going off a lot, and for that reason, it's pushing him up there to number 3. Even on his death, he's still got this goblin assistant cook. He's also going to heal all allies on his death. He does have one of the higher team healing per turn. He has really high speed, You know, the biggest drawback, of course, is going to be that he is a goblin, and they're super squishy. But other than that, he's healing a lot. He's given a few buffs. But that team healing every 3 turns is basically what's pushing him up to the top of the list. And so we have the chef himself, number 3. Let's get to number 2. Alright, number 2 is Halberad. But Halberad is another one of those hybrid tank and healer and a leader. He is a super plug and play character. You get a 2-for-1 tank and healer combo. We'll take a look. His group heal is the 2nd highest in the game, right behind Feely's. So he's basically putting out the same amount of heal as Feely, but you're also getting the fact that he is a tank. He can taunt. So yeah, so this is his main healing ability. You're giving defensive to yourself, and then you're healing all squad members for 1500 health, plus 9% of this character's max health, which 9%, that's not a whole lot. This guy's got a lot of max health. We'll take a look at his stats. He has one of the highest health pools in the game. He is going to be below average on armor, but armor is not that important right now. It does not seem to be factoring in hardly at all on the damage calculations. Speed, he is a little slower character. Does have a little bit of damage, more damage than usual for a healer. And then his group heal is very strong, as you can see. So yeah, you get that 2-for-1 action with Halberad. You can plug and play him anywhere. He's used a lot in Arena. He's used a lot in PvE. And he's a great character. Alright guys, the moment you've been waiting for. Number 1, we have, of course, the newly released, brand new character, Lord Elrond. He is our first legendary character in the game. He's an elf, Rivendell, healer, and he is awesome. And his kit is basically, he is the perfect healer, leader, support, focused team ever. No, he's a great healer. He's got a great kit. We'll take a look at his healing ability right here. Vilya's Light. Heal all squad members for 15% of this character's max health. Grant protection for 1 turn and 1 stack of regeneration for 1 turn to the most wounded squad member. And then revive a random elf ally with 65% of their max health. If there are no elf allies to revive, gain 2 stamina for this ability. That is huge. I mean, that is the biggest power jump that this game has seen so far. Being able to revive a dead ally is huge. It's going to be great. PvE, raid, arena, everything. So he is definitely deserving of number 1, just for that reason alone. And check this out, he's gaining 2 stamina if he's not reviving any elf allies. So you're going to be using this on the first turn, this light. So whatever damage you're taking during your the enemy's first turn, you're going to be able to heal that back up, and then you're going to gain 2 stamina for this ability, so you're going to be able to use this ability again pretty quickly. So another thing is he's a great leader, mostly for the elves, for this reason, and for he just gives better synergy to the elves, but he does have his leadership ability where light squad members gain plus 10% max health. So you are able to plug some light side characters in there and get some buffs. So we'll take a look back at his basic. You're giving a stack of regeneration for the most wounded squad member, so that's some additional health. You're also giving regeneration and protection on that healing ability. This ability right here is AoE, turn meter reducer, slow. So it's a great ability. It's making his damage stat, his average damage over 10 turns, pretty high, way higher than any of the other healers. So he's got a more well-rounded kit. And then his passive, very cool as well. More healing on turn, heal the most wounded squad member for 7% of this character's max health and grant them 1 sec of counterattack. So his leadership, he's giving some damage, some max health, extending boons, and gaining fortitude. His stats, with his health bonus, above average. He's got average speed. He's got very good focus and resistance. His damage output, like I said, is way higher than any of the other healers because of that AoE. And then his team healing per turn is one of the highest, if not the highest, in our, I think maybe Chef is a little higher, but it's right up there. He's also giving a ton of buffs, debuffs, and then turn meter reduction. He's easily the #1 character on our list. We can take a look at all our characters stacked up beside each other, so you can see really this team healing per turn. So yeah, Chef ended up with the highest team healing per turn. Elrond and Halberad right up there, fairly close. And then you got Feely and Naramiri not too far behind. And then Uzan, Pippin, Ealdred a little bit after that, and of course Dunhar at the end. Alright, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you like what you see, go watch my other video. There'll be more videos coming out soon. This has been the top 10 healers in the game. That's it for now, guys. Stay tuned.
Oh, Josh.